Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about prisms. Okay, so we're going to talk about what prisms are, we're going to talk about some of the different kinds of prisms, and we're going to take a look at some actual prisms. So, a prism is a 3D shape, okay, and it is a 3D shape which is made of polygons, so 2D polygons. Okay, so if you don't remember what a polygon is any kind of shape that is two-dimensional, and each side is a straight line segment. So these are all examples of polygons. Something that is not a polygon is something like this. Yeah, this is unfortunately not a polygon. So these circles or this kind of S-shaped figure, that is, these are not polygons. So that's not a polygon, that's not a polygon, that's not a polygon. But these are polygons. These are definitely polygons because each of their sides is a straight line. So so yeah, these are all polygons. They look nice, and all their sides are nice and straight, and there's no curviness. So these are polygons, and these are not. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. We're not talking about prisms, or we're not talking about polygons, we're talking about prisms. So let's talk about a little bit more about prisms. So the idea between the idea between a prism, the idea of a prism is that we take two polygons, and these are identical polygons, I should point out. So identical polygons, and connect the vertices. Okay, so this is really all a prism is. So I'm going to start off by taking two of the same polygons. So I'll choose a triangle for this one, and so here's my two identical polygons, and the idea is that I'm going to just connect all the vertices. So if you don't remember, a vertex is one of these little corner pieces. Okay, so all those little corners, those we actually like to call them a vertex. And what we want to do is we want to connect the corresponding vertices. When I say vertices, I'm talking about the plural of vertex. So these are the vertices, and look at that. This is our polygon. So the idea behind prisms, I keep calling them polygons. I meant to say that is our prism. So the main idea of a prism is that we take a polygon and we stretch it out into three-dimensional space. Okay, so if I were to take any kind of slice through this prism, well, the shape that I would get would be that exact same polygon. So if I took my prism and I sliced it down through the middle, then I will get another polygon back. So this polygon is sort of integral to the entire shape, isn't it? So we have a special name for the top and the bottom of the prism. We call that the bases. So this has two bases. It has a top base and a bottom base. And that base really says a lot about what kind of prism that is. So those are very important. So because this base is a triangle, so the top base and the bottom base of the prism is a triangle, we call this a triangular, a triangular prism. Okay, so this prism right here is a triangular prism because the base is a triangle. So to get a good sense of what these prisms look like, I thought we could move over to another program called Sketchup. So this is Sketchup, and you might have noticed that this is actually available for free. So so if you just head over to edu.sketchup.com/app, then you can actually access this program for free, which is pretty great. All you need is your Winnipeg School Division email address. If you want more help setting this up, don't hesitate to ask Mr. Bennett. Anyways, I'm going to throw this into full screen, so we've got the best view of our work possible. And I'm going to start off by drawing a few polygons. So let's see what kind of polygons I can draw here. So I'm going to start off with a, I guess this would be a hexagon, so it doesn't really matter how big I make it. There's my hexagon. Let's see what else I can make. How about a rectangle? So I'm going to make a little rectangle here. So here's my rectangle. I might also want to throw in a circle. And the keen ones among you might remember that a circle is not a polygon. So I'm just including it there anyways. We'll see why. Now the cool thing about SketchUp is that even though it's good for making these two-dimensional drawings, it's actually a three-dimensional program. So I can change my camera a little bit, and look at this. Now I'm sort of looking at it as though they're all just drawn on a flat piece of paper. But I'm not talking about prisms today. I'm actually I'm not talking about polygons. I'm just talking about prisms. So let's turn these into prisms, and SketchUp is really good at that. So I'm going to use this tool. I think it's called the push/pull tool. So let's push this up into three-dimensional space, and look at that. There we have our first prism. So this I would call a rectangular prism because the base and the two bases are a rectangle. So this is not actually a prism because its base is a circle, but we do have a name for it. We call that a cylinder. And just like how we learn all about circles, even though they're not polygons, we still learn about cylinders, even though they're not prisms. So pretty much everything we learn about prisms will end up applying to cylinders. We just don't call them prisms. And this last one right over here, this is a hexagonal prism because we have a hexagon as the base, and it's a prism, so we call it a hexagonal prism. So that's really all I wanted to show you about prisms. In the next video, we'll talk about how to calculate the volume and the surface area of these prisms. Thanks for watching.